Hey everyone, so you can see I've got my stamps out here. I've got my beautiful tea-dyed elementary school paper, and I brought some from last summer and some that I done this winter. When I say this winter, like last week when it was really nice. And because when I looked at it, I thought, it's just not as pretty as the summertime. It doesn't get that golden, mainly because, it's hard to get the full sun during the winter. It's just, I don't know, it's just different sun to me. But you can see the difference in winter and summer. It's more golden and deeper. I just love it. But I have pulled some of that paper out because that's what I'm going to use in my Italian journal. And I don't know if anybody answered, but I had asked, how do you make this softer? Because it's got the acrylic paint on it. It's not very soft, yada, yada. Well, of course, I couldn't wait for the video to come out and to get answers, so I started messing with it. Now, I haven't done it on this piece yet. I did it on the piece that I was kind of messing around with. And I'm doing this just to see what size I want my papers. If I want them folded in half, or if I'm going to need to make them smaller. And I think that that's okay. I think this will work. Okay, so I took the pieces that I was messing with, like I would test on before I did it on my big piece. Now, this is a different kind of material. This is the muslin, so it's smoother feeling anyway. It wasn't real stiff, but I did do this same thing that I'm going to show you on it that I did on this one. And this is the same fabric as this, and I don't know what it is, but it has a texture to it. And so I took that and I took a fabric softener. You can see that some of the paint has come off, not enough to notice on the cloth, but so I put that on top and I wrapped it, I encased it in parchment paper and I ironed it, and it did make it softer. I mean, this piece, now, like I said, I haven't done it on my big piece yet, so any suggestions or whatever that I get on that last video, I will definitely try those as well. But just so you know, I did try to do it with the fabric softener sheets, and it did seem like it's made a difference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some page edges with that fabric, and also with some of the pieces. These are the jelly print pieces that I made. I just want to make some that'll be just like this. All I'm going to do is ink it and maybe stamp some things. I think that I might do some as ruffles, but I love these, and I know that, my videos are going to start looking alike because I'm using a lot of the same papers for this particular journal. But I love these pages, and I think that, like on this one, what we're going to do is we're going to stamp on it a little bit just to give it a little bit more something. Let me just pull out a couple pages here. And I'm wondering on that fabric, let me find that fabric piece, if I could stencil some of this coffee splatter, if it will show up. I want to try that. Let's see what we get. I think I'm going to try the saddle brown, the stays on. I'm just jumping right in here because I don't know that today's is really a project other than it worked and it's beautiful. Can you see it? Oh, yes. Okay, so I'm going to do that all the way up this line because I know that I'm going to make some page edges and maybe end up making some fabric clusters too. Just fabric. No, I don't know. Who knows? We may end up making, oh gosh, I like that a lot. But anyway, we're just jumping in. I haven't tested any of this out. I don't even know what I'm wanting to do today except make edges for my pages. I got a kick out of Julie at Camellia Crafts. She said she admired my bravery. I just do things, okay, without, you know, trying them out or whatever. I told her I didn't know if it was bravery or stupidity or just faith that the Lord isn't going to make me look stupid. And I think it might be just a little bit of all. Because you all know that I pray a lot, and I know that, oh my goodness, I love that. I hope you can see it. Just that simple thing looks so good. Okay, so we got that. I wonder if it'll show up on this dark paper, because that's kind of a dark paint right there. So I don't know. And this is not a really dark stays on. It's kind of, it does show up. Holy cow, I'm shocked. I honestly didn't think it would. I'm real tickled about that, guys. All right, so there's one layer we've just done. And I'm going to put some on this one too. I love this coffee splatter stencil. It's my very favorite. I use it every single day, whether it's for an Etsy order or, you know, just like this, decorating. I love it. I use it all the time. I might just go ahead and put some on this one too, because I'm going to stamp as well. I'll add more layers, but for now, I think that that's a good base layer. Just them the coffee splatters. And I don't know where this stencil came from. I got it from Scrapbooking with Me. She was having a D-stash sale, and I don't even know that I was getting this. You know, it might have been, you know, where she was doing just a bunch of stuff. I don't remember. But I know that I've loved this ever since I got it from her. And I use it all the time. You know, I'm wondering if that stays on will work on those fabric, or not fabric, I keep calling them fabric. They're paint samples. You know, paint samples are kind of slickery because they're meant to be waterproof. Well, that stays on works. Look, that is awesome. I want to do another one. I know this is supposed to be about my jelly printing, and it's going to be. I'm going to use my jelly printing, but I'm going to put some of this on these paint or wallpaper samples. When I was taking that first book apart, I had stopped at some other places. We had went to a town about 30 minutes from here, and I had stopped and asked if they had any books, whatever, and she said they might have. You know, her sister was gone, and they took my name and number, and when I was taking this book apart, I thought, ugh, I hope they don't call, because this is a lot of work. But I'm going to tell you, it is worth it. That is a lot of work. It's hard to get them apart, but man, they're beautiful. And I think, I mean, I have a lot. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up cutting them in sizes that would make good pages, like I'm going to use in my book. And I'll put some of those in my Etsy shop. No sense in me keeping them all. Okay, so that was Saddle Brown Stays On, and I love it. I love how it looked, because look at this on this wallpaper. I mean, that looks like a real coffee stain, doesn't it? Okay. So back to, we got our fabric. I want to do some things with this fabric. I just want to stamp. And I don't even know. I might just use some that's in my basket here. I think I'm going to use some black, and I'm going to stay with the stays on. Let me tell you why. I know that for a fact, this stuff is just, it works so far. I have to say, everything I've tried it on, it will dry, and it just works great. So I'm gonna stay with that. That's not very dark. Let me get the black. This one's about dried up. I think I've had it for quite some time, and I use it a lot. I know that Pam at the paper outpost, she sprays hers with water, and seems like it really works for her, but when I spray mine with water, it doesn't do a darn thing. I don't know if it's because I have a different kind of inks, or if I'm not spraying it enough, or maybe she sprays it from the time she gets them. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but it's not wanting to work for me. And I'm just random stamping down through there on this jelly printed fabric. Let's get something else. This is like a texture stamp. Let's see what we get from that. Anything? Little bit of texture. And I don't know, I may not be following the rules if you're supposed to actually put something on a jelly plate every day, or if you can use things that you've already made and create something from them. I think that's the way it is, but you know, I watch the videos and I try to get the correct information, and I get all sidetracked. And see what else we got here. I have so many things that I want to make with these jelly print pieces. You know, I really don't know that I need to add too much more to this. Isn't it beautiful? I think I really thought I was going to do a ruffle, but I don't know. I really like how that looks. Okay, so let's get out some of our jelly printed papers. I'll do these three. And maybe let's do one of our wallpapers too. We'll do a couple of the wallpapers. See what we get from that. All right, more numbers. Got to have more numbers. Making sure I had that turned the right way. Oh gosh, I love this one. That is just beautiful. Absolutely stunning. I'm loving using these jelly print pieces. Oh gosh. So pretty. Okay. What else we got in here? Oh, you know what we're missing? Golly, what is wrong with me? I need my ledger sheet and my script. Goodness sakes, I haven't drug these out for a few videos. Oh, gosh goodness. That's just so pretty. I get real excited about my stamping, don't I? I don't know why, but I just love it. I think because it's immediate gratification on a stamp. You get to see it. You don't have to wait for it to dry. You don't have to see what's going to... Well, you kind of do on some of them, I guess, but for the most part, you know right away, do I like it or do I need to add some more? Oh. the color of this piece here is just beautiful because it's just showing that stamping light enough in the background that it's really, really pretty. Okay. Now, I don't know if these are dry. Pretty much. Wow, I gotta say, I'm really surprised at how that wallpaper is taking those stamping. Okay, and then I also have forgot I have my ledger sheet here too. I'm gonna do it like this. Oh, gosh. So pretty. Love that. Got those. Here's these two strips. I'm going to put ledger on them too. Okay, what else do we want to add? Got this kind of script stamp too. It's just different. I like it. It's a little heavier, you know, heavier of a script, I should say. It's got different scripts in it. Oh, I really like this. I know you're getting sick of hearing me say that. I think I'm just so tickled about these jelly papers. Not exactly sure. I guess I just really haven't played with, oh, I forgot my wallpaper pieces, with the jelly prints enough that I realize just how many things you can do with them. And I guess, you know, obviously, that's probably the reason he does these challenges, to do just that, kind of wake up our minds, you know, make us think of different ways to use them. I know these wallpaper pieces aren't part of it, but they're still fun. And I'm going to use all of it in my book, so there we go. Now, see, I'm trying to get back to making clusters, and I don't need to do that. I just need to carry on. Of course, these pieces here, that's all, they're small. They're not going to be for page edges. I do like that. Okay, so put up your wallpaper samples, girl, and get back to this. But I gotta say, didn't these turn out great? Look at that. Ooh, those are really, really pretty. They would make nice tuck spots. So many things. Oh gosh, they're pretty. Okay, focus. Let's get back to I'm gonna stamp some of this paint splatters on my wallpaper samples here. Or, see, now that's what happens if I use more than one thing. I can't paint onto my jelly print papers. So, you know, I think that might be another thing with this challenge, is when you have these papers that are already made, how easy it is to create something really quick to go with your pages. You know, I forgot to do some more on this. I guess I really don't need to. So that smells good. Smells like Snuggles. So that, I'm going to make a page edge out of it. You know, I might make a belly band out of that. That'd make a good belly band. So would these, wouldn't they? Okay. Because like on a sheet like this where it has beautiful golden, I would hate to put anything over that. So I might just use some of this as belly bands. Some of it is page edges. And because I haven't started the journal yet, I haven't bound it, these things like this, like the page edges, I like to put on after I've put my signature together where I can see where they're going to go. But I'm going to ink around these just to see if it makes a difference, because I did decal cut these, decal edge cut them. And so basically, I think what I've done in today's tutorial is I've created ephemera, whether it's page edges or belly bands. That's what I have. And again, they can have more decoration as you put them in the book, but man, I really like these. I'm just not going to put them in my book yet because I don't know how exactly I want to use them. If they're going to be, so I mean, gosh, is that probably not even doing the right thing for this, because you're supposed to show something that you've made. I've made these, but I can't tell you what I'm going to do with them. So does that really count? I know I'm not using the StazOn to go around these, but it does dry. I have used this VersaFine before to go around them, and it will dry. It just takes longer. Some of these pieces have holes in them where the staples were, but I don't think that matters. I did cover them up in some of my clusters, but I don't know. They're so small on these. I'm having a hard time seeing them now that I've stamped. And, you know, maybe this is just kind of like, you know, Gail, she's always doing a bunch of stamping and then she combines them all to make clusters and, you know, different things. Maybe that's what I've done. I'm not exactly sure. I think I'm probably going to have to call the video something. So I will probably do page edges and belly bands. I don't know. But there they are. I think they're pretty. And I think that, you know, as far as making the fabric softer, the Snuggles actually does work. And I'm going to stamp one of these with the number 3 and sign it. Can't see that very good. You can see it on that, though. Look at that. Okay, let's do one of these other ones. Maybe this. Yeah, you can see that good, can't you? Do this one. You don't have to stamp a 3 on everything. I'm just doing it because I like the numbers. I always like a good number. Oh, those are so pretty. Okay, well, I would say that these could be bookmarks. You know, you could put fabric behind them and make bookmarks. Maybe I'll do that on another video. My thinking is for them today that I'm going to make page edges and belly bands. That's what I think I'm going to do with these. I need to sign one of them, don't I? Let's see. I really like the whole signing. Somebody said, you know, they weren't sure why you had to do all that, but Carrie explained it in one of his videos. I think the video explaining the mixed media, and it made total sense to me because I thought, yeah, I can get behind that. That makes sense. And, you know, I think he hit it when he said, you know, why shouldn't we sign it? We're artists. But I have never thought of myself as an artist. But if you make things, you're an artist of some sort. So I love that. I've initialed, I've put the number 3, and these are ready to be put in a book. And I'm very, very pleased with them. I'm not exactly sure that we made something. We did. We created ephemera for our book pages. We sure did. Now, granted, not all of them were gelli prints like these wallpaper samples, but gosh, aren't they beautiful? Oh, I hope you love these as much as I do. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.